17 days. That's how long 33 men lived in the dark before anyone on the surface knew they were even alive. Not rescued, not found, just gone, 2,300 feet under a mountain in the Atacama Desert, with 2 days of emergency food between all of them, and no way to tell the world they hadn't already died. This is the story of what happened in that silence. It started on August 5th, 2010, a Thursday afternoon at the San Jose Gold and Copper Mine in northern Chile, a mine that had racked up dozens of safety violations over the years. Some of these men had quit before. They came back anyway. The money was good, and work was scarce. Around 2 in the afternoon, deep inside the mountain, a single slab of rock sheared off the wall. It was taller than a 45-story building. It weighed roughly 700,000 tons, close to twice the weight of the Empire State Building. It collapsed in one piece, sealing the main tunnel in an instant and trapping 33 men below it in a refuge chamber built for short emergencies, not for what was coming. Above ground, rescuers didn't even know if there was anyone left to look for. The mountain kept shifting and collapsing for days, too unstable to approach. All anyone could do was drill. Blind boreholes sunk from the surface based on old maps and educated guesswork. Each one was roughly a 1 in 100 shot at hitting the tiny chamber where the miners might still be alive. Meanwhile, families had started gathering at the mine gate. Within days, their camp had grown into a small city of tents, folding chairs, and hand-painted signs. Reporters started calling it Camp Hope, and every time a drill came back up empty, that hope got a little harder to hold on to. Down below, the men were rationing. Their emergency kit held enough for 48 hours. A few cans of tuna, some crackers, a little expired milk. Shift foreman Luis Urzua took charge and enforced brutal discipline. 2 spoonfuls of tuna, a sip of milk, a bite of cracker, every other day, in heat that regularly topped 90 degrees. They drank water meant for cooling mining equipment, and they made those 2 days of food last 17. Now sit with that for a second. It's not just being trapped, it's being trapped and invisible. No search, no rescue. For all they knew, everyone above them had already given up and gone home. Day after day, the drills kept missing. Rock, empty tunnel, nothing. Then, 17 days in, on August 22nd, one more bit ground its way down through the last stretch of stone. And this time, when they pulled it back up, something was different. Taped to the end of it was a note, written in red paint, 7 words that would reach every television on the planet within hours. Estamos bien en el refugio los 33. We are well in the shelter, the 33 of us. 17 days of rationed tuna and total silence. And in that one moment, they found out the world hadn't forgotten them after all. What followed was still one of the most remarkable rescues in modern history. Engineers built a narrow steel capsule named the Phoenix. Drill crews bored a shaft wide enough to pull a man through solid rock. And on October 13th, 2010, nearly 2 months after that note reached the surface, roughly 1 billion people watched live as all 33 men were pulled up from the earth one by one, alive, after 69 days underground. The longest anyone had ever survived trapped beneath the surface. But that part gets remembered. What's easy to forget is the 17 days before anyone even knew there was someone left to save. 17 days of rationed tuna, sweltering heat, and a note in red paint that had to travel half a mile through solid rock just to say 7 simple words. If stories like this, the ones history almost buried, are what you're here for, this channel is exactly the place for that. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.